So you live with your parents now because you had like a trauma?
Well, yeah, a crazy thing happened at my house, and it sort of like made me want to go stay with them for a while because this like it was really weird. But I went on a bad date, and I was at the ArcLight like seeing some movie, and then afterwards it was raining, and it never hardly ever rains in LA. So I was kind of like, I don't want to go back to my place, even though my place is pretty close to ArcLight. And anyway, I went to my parents' house, and then I got a call at like 3 a.m. that somebody had like died at my house. And it was the weirdest thing ever because they had like caution tape up, and, you know, like it was right in my front yard. And basically, I guess a guy came and he was like burying things in my backyard for like 3 days. And he buried a lunchbox with like a milk chocolate inside of it in my backyard. And then he buried like knives and like a rope and like a bunch of random stuff. And I guess he'd been in my backyard like hanging out there and like burying things. Why I didn't notice, I don't know. And I'm just like apparently not very observant. And then I found out later that like all that stuff was there, and that he had been like pacing in my backyard with a gun. He also looked like crazy, like he was wearing like this long trench coat, and he had like a
still dressed better than your date in the zebra pants.
Yeah, he was dressed. He was pretty nice, pretty nicely. But yeah, he was just like pacing in my backyard, I guess. And because I have like security cameras, so later when we looked, we figured out he was back there for like 6 hours or something, like waiting. And then somebody drove up that had a similar car, like that kind of looked like my car, and I guess he got confused and he thought that maybe it was me driving up. It's just like bad luck. And he like shot at this person like 6 times, and he missed because she was in a car. She drove away. And then he set himself on fire, and he shot himself simultaneously. And then later, so I got a call at like 3 or 4 in the morning. This happened probably at like 1 in the morning. I got a call at like 3 or 4 in the morning saying like, where are you? Like, can you come like to your house because someone like killed themselves there. And they were trying to just like put it all together, and they still haven't really put it all together, why it happened, or like what the person was doing, or if it might have just been totally random, like he saw me somewhere and he like followed me home, and then or something like that. But anyway, they never figured out like exactly why. So, but yeah, so it freaked me out really bad. And I started staying like back at my parents' house, and then I got another house somewhere else. And then it was crazy too. They found like his car like a few blocks away, and there was like blood and like hair in the trunk. And they were like, oh, he's probably a serial killer. But they never figured out exactly like the story. And he was like taking trips. Like,
do we not pay enough taxes in California? Why have they not dug deeper into this investigation?
I think they tried. Like they tried to dig really deep. They even went to where he lived, and like he only had a mattress and like white walls, and nothing on his computer, and they couldn't like figure out anything.
How old was he?
Maybe like late 30s.
Wow. I mean, this is traumatizing. Are you like, is there like denial? Denial's good. I don't want to take your denial from you. It's a very helpful tool.
I mean, I just think because I wasn't actually there that night, it helped a lot, because it's like, if I didn't actually experience, like, I almost feel worse for the person who was like, I do feel worse for the person
woman
who was in
who
the car. I mean, that must have been horrible. I never like met her or spoke with her, but that was probably really scary. Like, could you imagine being in a car and like all of a sudden someone's like shooting at your car?
Unless she was stalking you also. While she was driving by to stalk you.
Shooting at her.
Your other stalker shot your other stalker. They're competing over your burying in your backyard. So that house, are you going to sell?
Probably, yeah. For a long time, though, I kept it because I kept thinking, like, oh, like, I'll get over it and I'll probably go stay there. But to be honest, even before that happened, it's like a very creaky house. Like, in the middle of the night, like, you hear sounds, and it seems like people are in the house because it's an older home. So I think I was already, like, not going to have the nerve to live there even before that happened. So I'm probably going to, like, move on.